Welcome back to the show. Adam, what you have planned for the holiday season?
So not much, but I think we're going to try to take a quick trip to Atlanta for a couple of weeks.
Okay.
So depending on how all the numbers are looking, so I'll definitely keep you posted if we do.
Okay, please do. Please do. All right. Well, I will let you all take it away with movie reviews.
Sure thing. So I saw a movie called Sound of Metal. And this is one of those, and I think we're in this season where, traditionally this is kind of the Oscar warm up season where everyone's trying to get their movies in before the end of the year. And this movie follows Riz Ahmed, which most famous I know him from is from Rogue One, as he plays the Empire pilot. And he plays a musician that's traveling the U.S. with his girlfriend, who's the singer and he's the drummer. And they're kind of like, I would say, a punk band. And he starts to go deaf, and so he learns that he's going to lose his hearing, and he eventually does. And really, how he approaches what to do with his life, because of course he's a musician, so now he has to stop drumming. He has to figure out what to do, and he joins a community of a deaf community, and kind of learns really how to kind of adjust to his new life, but also how to change it. And it's a really good movie. I was very impressed. The ending, I guess, kind of left me wanting a little more. But it's one of those movies, and again, it's I think it's kind of looking towards that Oscar and film festival season kind of awards. But it's a community we don't think about often, but there's a lot to it. And I mean, there's a lot going on when someone loses their hearing, and they kind of go into a whole new world of what to do and learning sign language. And really, Riz Ahmed did a great job of going into that world without being too preachy or too kind of overbearing. Um, and so overall, again, it's good. I don't want to spoil too much, but it's very well done. It's very personal, and it's on Amazon Prime. So if you have a subscription to Prime, you can watch it for free, and I highly recommend it.
Yeah, Riz Ahmad is a very good actor with a lot of layers.
Hmm.
He came on my radar with The Night of on
Okay.
HBO, the Jim Gandolfini film that was like the last thing that he wrote before he passed away,
Hmm.
and he did very well with that.
Yeah, and
And
I
he was
guess
also in Venom too. He was in
yeah,
Venom.
he was in Venom, and he was in Nightcrawler, and I always forget that, but he plays, if you remember Nightcrawler,
Hmm.
Jake Gyllenhaal's the like paparazzi guy, but he plays the assistant.
Hmm.
And I forget about that. But yeah, he's definitely up and comer. He's got the talent. He's got that look. He has the big eyes that kind of when he
Hmm.
goes around. So yeah, definitely check it out.
Yep. So I actually watched three documentaries, with the first one being one that I think I talked about a little bit last week, Murder on Middle Beach, which is a documentarian, Madison Hamburg, whose mother was murdered mysteriously um, in was that Connecticut, and he's basically following the footprints leading back to the day that they found his mother dead, and he's trying to uncover her murder on his own. So he's going around interviewing family members and finding this whole world that his mother was living and he didn't even know about. It's very, very interesting. And it's really like you slowly start to see things unwind and things come to be, for him because he's discovering it as he's filming it. And the cops basically they're using his information to help them
Mm.
solve the case. So he's actually finding out things faster than the policemen are. So it's very interesting. And there's going to be a part two, like I think the season finale was last night, which I did not watch last night's yet, but I will watch that tonight. And from what I'm hearing, he's going to do a part two because it's not solved. I know I'm probably giving it away. It's not solved at the end of this
I was just about to ask
season.
that. What, like,
Yeah.
if they had a resolution?
No, there's no resolution, so he's going to continue because he's up in arms about it,
Mhm.
and then it's like a murder mystery, but in documentarian form. Like it's like, did the aunt do it? Did the sister do it? Did the father do it?
Yeah, it's like
And it's like,
your favorite podcast.
yeah, yeah, it's crazy. And if you watch it and you see the things that his mother was into, like her secret, it's not a secret life, but the life that he didn't know his mom was leading, um, it can be pretty interesting. So yeah, definitely check that out. It's really, really good. And the next documentary I saw was The Reagans, and that's on Showtime, which follows the life of Ronald Reagan, and it takes him from an actor and it leads straight into the presidency and behind the scenes of the presidency, behind the scenes of um, his rise to the presidency, and how political he was in all facets of his life, and basically his decline with Alzheimer's and the uh, takeover of Nancy Reagan to the presidency through him. It's
Hmm.
pretty interesting. I was a kid then, so I didn't really know so much, but I'm learning a lot now. And then the parallels to that time frame as opposed to now, and some of the guidelines in which we live, and we are like the tax codes and stuff that we live by now, and how
Hmm.
Reagan created that stuff. It's pretty interesting, because being a kid, I didn't know that stuff, so it's pretty
Yeah.
interesting. I keep saying that, but it really is pretty interesting. And it's just like the behind the scenes stuff, like how he was in decline and how they tried to cover it up, and how his wife stepped in, and like to the point where there's some footage where they ask him a question and he doesn't even know the answer, and then his wife is like saying mumbling stuff like underneath her breath,
She
so he
put her
can,
head down and mumbled it
yeah,
and
like trying to
said
act like
it
she didn't
verbatim.
say anything. It's almost like a ventriloquist, like she's saying
Uh,
stuff to him so he can repeat it. It's
Hmm.
crazy, the spending that they did, the decadence of that era of, the president. I don't even think that we've seen a president spend so much money like they did since then. I can't say that I have seen that, but it's watch it. It's eye
uh,
opening.
they have a series on CNN called First Ladies, and they
Hmm.
they do a different first lady each episode, and they did one on Nancy Reagan. She ran that White House.
Yes, she did.
She ran that White
Yes, she
House.
did.
Yeah,
Yes, she did.
and apparently, so when he ran for re-election, he was the oldest that would be a president at that point. I think he was 72, and
Hmm.
so they said typically when there's an incumbent president and it's time to go back on the campaign trail, they're not really good at debates because they're rusty. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
so he went on. He had his first debate and he was horrible. And
Yes.
they said that Nancy went and cussed his campaign manager out, and she went and told him, "You need to just be yourself." And then from that point on, he won because he.
and, and they would show these shots of her like on in the wings, like when things were going on, and she would be
Mm-hmm.
so steel faced and so
Yeah,
stern. It's like, oh my god, I'm scared of her, and I don't even know her.
Yeah.
they said she was always on the phone calling, getting information from people
Yeah.
in the cabinet. They said she was known to be on their phone calling because
Yeah.
she wanted to make sure her husband had a great presidency.
And she would get people fired.
Right? Yeah, she would get them fired,
And to validate this,
and he
their
listened to
son,
her.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And to validate this, their son, Ronnie Reagan, which is he's a junior.
Mm-hmm.
He's validating some of this stuff. He's
Mm-hmm.
talking, he's being interviewed, and he's co-signing it.
But
So
it was funny because he said that Nancy Reagan had to just say no campaign. He said that they
Hmm.
were all smoking weed. The kids.
yes,
Oh yeah.
yes, getting high.
It didn't work. We all knew that.
Oh wow. And so the last one is How Can You Mend a Broken Heart? It's the Bee Gees documentary on HBO. Out of all three, that is probably the best one, the Bee Gees one. I've learned so many things about the Bee Gees that I did not know. Um, Not that I didn't like any of their music. I liked a few songs, especially, that Saturday Night Fever stuff. That was pretty cool. But they had other songs that I've heard before that I didn't know that it was theirs. And I did not know that they were a childhood band. I did not know that they were little kids singing. I had
Hmm.
no idea. And it's Barry, Maurice, Robin, and the baby brother, which is Andy. That's the one that died young. Yeah, definitely check that out, and you'll be surprised to see how many songs they wrote for other people that were really popular that you didn't know that they wrote. It's really,
Yeah,
really
and they really did like. I mean, I don't know much about them either, but they were able to adapt. Like they were able to do disco, and then they were able to do rock, and they were able to do so much throughout the time period. It's kind of impressive.
yeah. And it was so they were such huge fans of R&B music, and they wanted to emulate R&B, but the record companies had a problem. We can't sell you this way.
Hmm.
And to the point, I think their first foray into R&B music, they put the record out without putting a picture of them on it,
Hmm.
just so
Yeah.
they could sell it.
Yeah,
Um, you know, just the different people that they idolize. It's like wow, like and the music that they came up with out of what they were influenced by.
yep.
It's really really good. Definitely check it out.
Mhm.
I'll have to.
And
Yeah, it sounds like you're on an
yeah,
HBO kick. So, and I don't have my
oh yeah,
subscription. I'm gonna have to renew just to check these all
oh
out.
HV. And so what Amazon did, um, they upgraded me, I guess for free because I didn't ask for it, to HBO Max.
Me
I had
too. They
HBO,
did it to me
and
too.
then I went to go
Because
turn it on one day, and then it's like boom, HBO Max. I'm like, oh well, praise the
they
Lord.
they
Yeah.
resolved their disagreement. The only one holding out is Roku, and that's what I have.
Yeah,
So I'm like, let them figure it out so I can get HBO Max because right now I can't.
Yeah, they sent me an email
oh
saying because you have HBO, you automatically have HBO Max
Hmm.
now. But I heard they're getting away. They're doing away with HBO. Eventually, it's all gonna be Max. That's
Yeah,
what
I
someone
mean
saying
that's
that.
what it's supposed to be. They're trying to move it into one, but
Yeah.
us poor Roku people gotta
Yeah.
wait.
Right.
well, I'm here for it. I'm here for Wonder Woman on Christmas. I'm gonna
Yeah,
eat
I think I'll
cereal,
break
stay in
down
the
and get
bed, and
it.
watch Wonder Woman. Yeah.
Yep, Wonder Woman, and then Soul, the Pixar new
Mm,
Pixar movie looks good
yep.
too.
Yeah. Well, the movie I was telling you all before we recorded, it's Small Axe, and it's on Amazon
Okay.
Prime. It is really good. The woman from Black Panther, the one that plays the daughter, the sister, Loletta
Yeah.
Wright.
The one that
Yeah.
got like
Letitia.
the anti-vaxxer.
Oh, the one, yeah, they're going off her because she made a public statement
Oh my
about
gosh!
the
And Don
vaccine.
Cheadle tore into her, I think. But
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. She's in it, and that guy John Boyega.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I
I
know what
like
you're
him a
talking
lot.
about.
Yeah.
I know what
Yeah,
you're talking about.
yeah,
Yeah. So it's basically isn't it several stories in one?
yeah. I guess, but I've been watching for 2 hours. Is it also about the same thing right now? But but I think the maybe episode 2 will be a different story because I don't see where they're gonna go with the story. 2 hours. It's a good story they're telling for 2 hours, but it's time to change something else because John, he's not in this part of the movie that they haven't.
Yeah.
They
So
showed him early on.
I know exactly. This is what I've been waiting to watch.
It's good.
It's Steve McQueen did a series
Yeah.
of 5 movies
Yes.
for BBC, and
Oh,
you're watching. Yeah, you watched one of them, but yeah, I do want to watch all of them, and you can watch them on Prime. You said
yes, on Prime.
okay. I do want to check them out because a lot of them look good.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, and because I was noticing like all of the British actors, the brown
Hmm.
British actors.
Yeah, yeah. They're the accents.
Yes.
Well, guys, happy holidays to you. See you in January, and we're right back after this.
All right. Thanks a lot.